Hi everyone, it's Michelle. I am back with another planner video. I wanted to give an update on my planner, which is in a Moleskine hardcover journal. It's a grid paper, and it is my bullet journal or just a DIY planner that I have put together in this book just to kind of meet my needs right now. And I'm going to give you an update and talk a little bit about One Book July 2015. For those of you who are not familiar with the One Book July 2015 challenge, it is a planner challenge put together by three ladies here on YouTube, and they are Romany's Realm, Miss Vicky B, and Carrie Harling. They started this challenge last year. I didn't participate last year because I was still going through a lot of planner craziness and ordering all kinds of things and switching out constantly in planners. But this year it seems like I'm kind of doing it by default because I have been using this since the middle of May, and I'm still using it consistently every day. This book is on my lap or right by, where I'm sitting so that I can look at it all day long. If I need to put in notes whenever I need to jot down a note, and it goes in my purse or in my bag with me everywhere that I go. So I am doing this, and I'm going to show you, kind of give you an update from the last time I stopped off somewhere around the last week of June and show you how I am using this book. It is my bullet journal, but it's not a traditional bullet journal. I have modified it and kind of enhanced it to meet my needs. So it's more of a DIY planner that I have just put together in a Moleskine journal. Now on the inside of my journal, I have another Moleskine notebook, which is the smaller one with the craft cover. These come in a package of 3. It's the same size. It's the large, and it's also grid. I was using these in my traveler's notebooks and either keeping them this size or cutting them down to fit the standard size Midori traveler's notebook. But this one, I kept it the regular size because that's what I need for here. And this just has my business info and with my order book tucked inside. And I just have it connected with a rubber band, and I can take it out whenever I need to. And when this book is finished, I can just add this to the new book, which is right here, my lovely Evernote journal that I am anxious to start using, but I'm going to wait until at least September to start this one. Now I ended up, let's see, I think I was here this last week of June, my last video, because I was getting ready to go to the beach the next day. So I'm going to kind of go through and explain how I use it from this point on and reference back in my book to kind of clarify how I use my book. I put in my daily notes, which do not have to-dos because they are on my weekly spreads, which I will show you. So I just jot down notes from each day and put in pictures that I take with my camera on my phone, and then I print them out on my LG Popo printer and I put them in here. And about this point, let's see, it was around, when I first started the book, I was still using my Hobonichi trying to journal, but it was about the first week of June where I started to put in more and more pictures. And now I'm just exclusively using this book. I don't even open up my Hobonichi at this point. I may go back and fill in some pages and kind of fill out the book later in the year, but right now this is what I'm doing because this is what I'm comfortable with and it's the easiest thing for me to do. So every day I jot down my notes, and if we do anything in particular, I like to take pictures and just put a little snapshot in so I remember what was going on that day. This was our beach trip, which it was nice to take the kids to the beach for we only got to stay for about an hour because we had a family emergency come up, and these last 2 weeks have been just crazy nuts at my house up until about yesterday. So they did get their time on the beach, and the beach was absolutely gorgeous that day. I have never seen it look so nice. If you're curious about what beach it is, it's Port Aransas here in Texas. So they played on the beach for a little while. And then here I stuck in my notes for a pattern that I was writing. And I jot my little scribble notes that pretty much probably only I can understand, and take pictures of the finished project so that I remember what blanket or whatever item it is that I'm working on. Daily notes with some more little pictures. Some more daily notes with a lot of pictures. And that, if anybody's curious, that is me right there, my oldest grandson and my smallest grandson. He was in the hospital. We went to visit him, and this was his birthday, poor baby. So this was my weekly spread here. This is my timetable, and then this is my weekly spread. And this one is not as filled out because I was very busy this week between the hospital and my daughter and the baby came to stay here with me while they were here in town because he had to be at the hospital here in town. So they were staying here, so I was really busy. I had a house full of people. But I put in my icon stickers for things that we're doing for each day. I have my book stickers, and I jot down what book I'm reading each day. My stats for my website and my different shops that I have online. Here usually is social media notes, and there's a lot of lines through because I didn't have the time to do it the way that I should have. And blog post, that's pretty empty too. And my Instagram, all that I keep track of there. And then with my daily to-dos at the bottom, and I mark off each day when it's done with a flower so that I know to no longer look at those to-dos for the day. Here are more daily notes, and there are actually 3 days on here because I wasn't really keeping notes in here. This is my time or my habit tracker for July with all the daily tasks, weekly tasks, and monthly tasks. And I do like this much better. It's easier to keep track of things when I separated it out between daily, weekly, and monthly. And I do have every other line highlighted so that I can, it just gives me another visual reminder of, so I don't lose my place. I'm having a hard time talking today. Here is my monthly spread for July. And here's today right here, and it's already getting all filled up. There was only one day there wasn't much there. I will show you what June looked like when it was finished. This was June all done. Look how busy that looks. I have so many notes and so many little stickers. I love when it looks like this because it looks real busy and kind of crazy, and it's like organized chaos. I know what everything here is, and it's just other people it may seem chaotic, but to me it's appealing. I like it. It makes me happy. So July is starting to, fill up here too. And by the end of the month, it'll probably look just like this or even busier. So that's my month, and I'm referring to it constantly. I'm constantly referring to my monthly calendar, which is why I have the months marked with washi tape on the sides. This is July, this was June, and this was May. And I do have a tab at the top also that says month, just if I want to use the top tab. These were just some notes on blogging and a different store that I opened up online. This was the 4th of July, which I don't have many notes or decorations for that actual day because we celebrated the day after. These are just some to-dos to do for the business. Here's another note on a pattern that I was writing, and these patterns are done. I just need to actually write them. So I have been too busy to do that, but at least I have all my notes and my pictures. Everything is done. It's just a matter of sitting down and actually typing them out and getting the PDF files created. So there are 2 patterns waiting to be made. This is actually July the 5th. These are daily notes, and this is where I decorated more because we celebrated with the family on this day, which was Sunday. And we also had a little birthday party for my youngest grandson since we had to miss his birthday because he was in the hospital. So this was that day with a little party and 4th of July. Here are more daily notes. Here, there are 3 days on here. My week, this is actually this week. Today here, and my weekly spread with all of my little icon stickers down here too. And I showed them in the last video, and I kind of explained how I make them, how I find images online, and I just use my Silhouette software and my Silhouette Portrait to print and cut all of these stickers out that I use in my book. These are more daily notes, and I just wrote this in here because I wanted a little pop of color and to remind myself to simplify. I need to simplify, and I went ahead and just doodled on this back page because there was some bleed through, just a little bit, but a lot of ghosting. It would have been too much to actually write in notes for this day, and I plan to put pictures here. And these are today's notes so far. So I'm going to do a separate video and show you guys again how I actually use my Popo printer and put the pictures in the book. So that's going to be coming up next. But that is just kind of how I'm using this book. It is the only thing that I'm using right now. This book goes with me everywhere that I go. It goes in my purse, and I take it everywhere. And I always have it sitting right by me so I can make notes whenever I need to. I can take out this book to reduce bulk if I want, and just put it in my little planner bag where I keep some supplies, and then stick it in here when I need it. I don't need it all the time, and I'm actually considering taking it out and starting a new book, which would be this one, and it has fingerprints on here. I don't know how that happened. I found this at Walmart. You know, it's that time of year, folks. They're starting to put out all the school supplies. And they had this, and it's a pretty thick book. But it's lined paper, and the lines are really big. But I thought about putting all of my business info in here. Mainly because it's pink, and I love pink. And that's the color I use for the majority of my business stuff. I always color code that stuff in pink and try to have my cards pink, which they're no longer really, they're more of a mauve color now, but pink is my color. So I'm thinking about doing that and just keeping it totally separate. I haven't made up my mind. So that is how my bullet journal is going now. Other than that, the things that I do go back and refer to quite often is my online ordering, whenever I order something, so I know when I ordered it, and I check off when it comes in the mail so that I know how long it took, and just to remember everything that I have coming to me. And I'm actually doing pretty good. I haven't ordered very much at all. So I refer to that. And then I also refer to my summer activity list, because I did put in dates of certain things that are going on throughout the summer of free activities happening around town. And then I also refer to my running to-do list. And I refer to my books to read, because I still mark that in and try to mark out whenever I finish reading certain book series. And I refer to my bills and income section when I'm paying bills or whenever money comes in. And then I refer to this vertical month spread, which I have from May through August. And I just jot in little things that happen each day here. This is similar to the way the Hobonichi is set up. In the beginning, the whole year is laid out this way. So I know if I have things coming up in August and things that are going to need to go on my August calendar, because of course it's not written in this book yet. Oh, if you saw that, that's just my shopping list for groceries, which I actually did that today. So I am going to take that out and get rid of it. So this is how my book is working for me. I use this one book, so I am doing the One Book July Challenge, and I use one pen because I have my one pen with 5 colors in here. And I have red, black, and blue ballpoint ink in here, and pink and green gel ink in here. And I wish they had pink and green ballpoint ink, but they don't, so I had to get the gel ink. because the ballpoint ink lasts so much longer, and I like writing in ballpoint, and it doesn't smear, smudge, or if I get water on it, it doesn't bleed. So I love the ballpoint. So that's what I'm using in here. And my gel ink refills are the 0.38, and I believe my ballpoint is a 0.5. Yeah, it's a 0.5. It may be a 0.7. I'm not sure. Let me see. I can't see it on there. Oh, it's 0.7 ballpoint ink. And I ordered this from Jet Pens. I love that place too. I keep it here in my Erin Condren pen holder, which is dirty and really kind of messed up, and it's coming off, but that's fine because it's going to need to come up and go in the next book anyway. But I am considering using black elastic and making my own for this one to match, and so it doesn't get real dirty. And I cannot wait to start this book. It's a little bit different. Let me see if I can show the lines. If it's gonna, it's hard to tell. It is grid, but it's dotted grid. So, and the paper feels a little different to me. I don't know if it is, or if it's just my imagination, but I don't know, it just seems a little bit different. But I love the contrast of the black with the green strap. I like that a lot. So that's it, folks. If y'all have any questions about my book, how I am using it as my bullet journal or my DIY planner, just put the questions down below and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. You guys have a great day, and I will see you next time.